I'm originally from Honolulu, Hawaii, and I tattoo in Decatur, Illinois, and pierce as well, and own the shop, and tell everybody what to do.
I'm actually from Dalton City, Illinois, but aka Mount Zion, same thing. I went to school in Mount Zion through high school. My job is actually the body piercer, so I do most of the piercings. I'm still apprenticing right now, but I do most of the piercings in the building.
I'm from, I would say Chicago, but I spent most of my life here. So I'm just gonna say Decatur, and I'm a tattoo artist.
Decatur, Illinois, and I work as an apprentice tattoo artist at Black Eyed Jacks, located in Mount Zion.
I'm from Decatur, Illinois, and my job is a tattoo artist at Black Eyed Jacks.
Actually resistant to tattooing in the beginning. I started off as a body piercer, and in the time period that I was coming up as a body piercer, tattooing didn't seem real interesting to me. It was pretty flat and standard, you know, Ed Hardy type stuff. And I'm a portrait artist, so I wasn't interested. I got forced into my apprenticeship by my employer about 21 years ago, and about 6 months into it I came across the artwork of a tattoo artist named Bob Terrell, who did amazing black and gray portraits. And I thought to myself, now if I can do that, then I want to do this. And I ran after it and kind of picked up on how to do portraits, and it has been a love affair ever since.
I fell in love with tattoos and piercings when I was about 12. I watched my dad get his first tattoo. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Then he actually got his nipples pierced. I thought that was pretty rad. So after that, when I was 13, he took me to get my belly button pierced. I got my first tattoo at 18, and I have a ton more since then. So
I fell in love with tattoos because I would have to say I was probably about 12 or 13, and my dad was pretty heavily covered in some styles of tattooing, and it just kind of was my forte of art. So
most people make stylistic choices in the beginning, like they have a certain style they want to do. I didn't. I've always seen it as more about the customer than about myself. What style I wanted to do, what style they wanted. So over time I learned to do all of them. Nowadays I tend to lean towards color portraiture and realism and black and gray realism. But I do all styles of tattoo. I get to meet different people every day. I like people. I'm a people person. I like to hear people's different stories about where they're from and why they're getting what they're getting, and it makes work interesting. I can't imagine having a regular job where I go to work every day with the same people and do the same thing, and so that's a big one. And then, you know, I'm an artist, so my creative outlet is what pays me at the same time. You can't ask for anything better than that.
favorite part of my job is my freedom. I don't have to cover up my tattoos. I don't have to hide who I am. I am completely individual, and allowed to express that. I've been a nurse for a long time. They tend to not let you express yourself so much as far as personality-wise when it comes to tattoos, hair color, piercings, whatever. So that is my favorite part. I love being myself.
The favorite part about my job would probably be the fact that I get to spend more time with my family.
My favorite part of the job overall would be getting into the tattooing portion, and it would be to specify shading, because it's just the big transformation of a tattoo. It definitely makes it pop and just changes the whole image, and I really enjoy shading.
So the funny thing was, we got the building right before the pandemic started, so we didn't know that we were going to be opening during a pandemic, and we ran in and did all the renovation and built all the private rooms and all that kind of stuff, and when we were putting the finishing touches on is when we found out that we weren't going to be able to open. Luckily, I'm kind of an obsessive planner about things like that, so I had paid all of the bills, including the rent on the building, ahead 9 months when we got the building, just because you know, the main reason why any business fails is for undercapitalization, like in the very beginning when it's opening. So I like to make sure that's not going to be an issue. So, you know, there were new regulations and new things, but we're all pretty careful in this industry about that kind of thing anyway. So it really didn't change much for us, except when we were able to open and how many people we could have in the building.
I actually have a few goals. One is to be in, I have the magazine right here, Metal Mafia magazine. That's one of the piercing magazines. I've seen a lot of people through there that I think their work is amazing, so I definitely want to be in there. I also want to start going to conventions, tattoo and piercing conventions, and being able to do piercings and like get entered into contests and try to win some medals for myself.
Possibly open up a few shops, and then have enough money put back to where tattooing would be more of a hobby than a job.
A really big personal goal of mine is to actually open up my own tattoo shop. I want it to be out of state because I'm not the biggest fan of Illinois, and yeah, it would definitely be to become Josh.
No, I guess to become more well known here in Decatur or even the Midwest as a very talented artist and well known for my craft. I guess that's the most personal goal that I have. I mean, that's not what I search out for, is for everybody to know me, but that's kind of the ultimate goal in tattooing.
As you can see, all different types of people have tattoos, even people you would least expect. Doctors, lawyers, grandparents, even people you trust the most. Take a look around you and ask yourself, who do I know who has tattoos? For most tattoo artists, tattooing is a way to express themselves as well as help other people express themselves. I love getting tattooed at Black Eye Jack's because they respect their customers as well as themselves.